Patriots. I have pulled up our social studies review quizzes, and I figured I would go through it with you guys if you wanted to watch this screencast video before you take your social studies common assessment today. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, question 1 says, Barbara works at a mall near her house for a shop that sells clothes. So she works at a clothing store. She works 40 hours a week and is paid by the hour. Barbara is earning income by what? So income is the money she's getting paid to work at this store. So what is she doing here? Is she making money from an investment, collecting money from the government, selling her labor to a private business, and her labor is her work, selling her possessions or stuff or belongings to other people? Well, Barbara is selling her work or her labor and she's getting paid for it. That's how she's earning her income, her paycheck. All right, let's go on to the next question. Which amendment changed the voting age from 21 to 18 years of age? So from 21 down to 18 years of age. That is going to be the 26th Amendment. The 26th Amendment. Which amendment gave citizens who live in Washington, D.C. the right to vote in the presidential elections? That's the 23rd Amendment. That allowed the residents of Washington, D.C. to vote. Which amendment gave women the right to vote? And that is the 19th Amendment. The 19th Amendment gave women the right to vote. Skip through all this. What things should be balanced when creating a personal budget? So a budget means that we want to make sure we know how much money we're bringing in and we know how much money we're spending so that we're not spending too much money. We don't want to spend money we don't have. So when we say balance, they should be even. They should be equal for the most part. Purchasing and investing, consumers and producers, competition and cooperation, or spending and saving? Well, spending and saving is what we want to balance. We want to make sure we're setting a large amount of money aside and that we're not spending all the money that we are bringing in. So to have a good personal budget, you want to balance spending and saving. What should a person expect when taking out a loan to start a new business? So a loan is where you could go get money from a bank and you're going to start your own business. So what should we expect when we go to do that? Are we going to be successful right off the bat? No, probably not. It takes a while to get businesses up and running so that they make a profit, so that they make money. Should we expect to make monthly payments to the bank based on the amount of loan plus interest? Well, we got that loan from the bank, and a loan means they didn't just give us the money for free. We're going to have to pay it all back. And so that they can make some money, they charge interest. So you're paying extra each month on that loan from the bank. And this is actually the correct answer. When you get a loan, you're going to pay every month until you pay all the money they gave you back to that bank or that business. All right, question 7. A person has $1,500 but needs help deciding whether to open a checking account or a savings account. They want to earn the most interest as possible while still being able to access some of their money. What should they do? So there's some savings accounts, guys, that the money will sit and earn extra money just by sitting in the bank. So you're making money for free, essentially. So they want to be able to do that, put their money in savings and earn extra money, but they also want to be able to have some spending money to use in their checking account. So what would be the best situation here? Well, if we put all $1,500 into our checking account, we're not saving any and earning any interest. And same right here. If we put all of it into our checking account, again, we're not saving any money or earning any interest. But if we deposit $1,000 into our savings account so that it can get interest and grow and make more money, and then we set aside $500 in our checking account for us to access or spend, that is going to help us be able to do both. That's the best scenario right there. All right, let's keep going. After a change to the Constitution has been proposed by 2/3 of both houses of Congress, what fraction of the state legislators must ratify or approve, so ratify means approve, the amendment before it is added to the Constitution. So we know 2/3 of both houses have to propose it and approve on it, but what about the state legislator? How much or what fraction of the state legislature must agree to approve the amendment? And that is going to be 3/4. So remember, our fractions here are 2/3 and 3/4 of the state legislator must approve or ratify the amendment. All right. Which of the following is not a right guaranteed by due process? So remember, due process is if you are suspected of committing a crime or breaking the law. Due process tells us that we do have the right to a trial by jury, that we do have the right to know what we are being charged for, and we do have the right to having a lawyer, whether we can afford one or not. But what it does not guarantee is free medical care. Due process is not about our medical care. It is about the right to a free and fair trial by a jury. All right, another power up. Okay, moving along. Which of the following is both a right and a responsibility of a citizen? So paying taxes, giving speeches, serving on a jury, or voting. Our right and responsibility as citizens is to vote, and we are in an election year, so you can't vote yet, but make sure your family members who are old enough are getting out and voting. All right, next question. When deciding to become an entrepreneur, what are 2 risks that should be considered? Choose 2. So guys, on these questions, make sure you pick 2. So if I'm an entrepreneur, I'm starting my own business, which can be risky. You're not guaranteed to make money. So what 2 risks should I consider? Am I going to have to give up the opportunity to generate or make income, so make money doing something else? Well, probably. If I'm starting my own business, I'm going to throw everything into that particular business. So I'm not going to really have the opportunity, oh, it wouldn't let me choose. Okay. I'm not going to really have the opportunity to do something else, and I'm sorry that that wouldn't let you pick 2 choices, guys. All right. True or false? Andy wants to make sure that he is spending less money than he earns each month. Creating a personal budget is the best thing he can do. Remember, that budget is going to let us know how much money we're bringing in and how much money is going out. So if I want to spend less money, I need to make a budget to track my spending and my savings. So that is a true statement. That is a true statement. All right, moving along. Adding the Bill of Rights to the U.S. Constitution is the result of which process? And that is going to be the amendment process. Think about what we've been talking about this whole unit, guys, all those amendments. That is the amendment process. All right, next question. Sarah and Sam sell similar goods near each other. How will this competition between Sarah and Sam affect consumers? So they both have their own little shop or their little stand, and they're selling something that is the same. So how is that going to affect people who buy their items, the consumers? Well, the companies will try to lower production costs and will lower the quality of the product. Do I want to buy things that are not of good quality, that are cheap, break easily, made poorly? Nah, that's not going to bring in more consumers. The sellers will try to create a better version of the, product and sell it at a lower price to consumers. Now that's going to bring me into your shop. If you have a better quality version of the item and you're going to sell it to me at a lower price, that means I get something better and cheaper. So that is what producers would want to do to sell their product. And that is it for our social studies review quizzes. I hope you find this video helpful. Feel free to view it before you take your social studies common assessment today. While I have you here, I do want to show you on our Google Classroom where you can find your social studies common assessment that you must do today. There are 2 ways to get to it. One way is by clicking on our Tuesday assignments and going to the slide. And if you click right here in the social studies box, it will take you straight to the Illuminate link that we are going to use for our social studies common assessment today. Remember, your student login is your lunch number. The access code is right here, but you should not need it when logging in. It should have the access code filled in for you, but if not, it is right here. Please take your time, do your best. You can use all of your notes, all of your resources. This is an open book test. All right, guys? I hope you have a wonderful Tuesday, and I will see you guys on Thursday morning.